key fundamental topic. It's called funding, a key fundamental topic that is funding. And you'd find very creative ideas just going wasted because people could not find capital for the ideas, okay? So today you're here to enlighten us more in that field. And just to begin, I'd like you to tell us a little about yourself and your background and experience working with businesses that require funding as well. Just briefly what you do, who are you, and your background just working with businesses that require funding.
Thank you, Hopra.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Many thanks to Sir Charles, who is also a good friend and, a colleague in business. My name is Alice Chege. I've been in business since I cleared campus a few years back. And one of the opportunities that has landed on my table this year was working with IEDF. IEDF means Informal Economy Development Forum. What is IEDF and what do they want to do? As you can hear of the name, IEDF is informal economy. In Kenya today, we have so many businesses that do not officially contribute to the GDP. And how do they do that? That is by giving opportunities to the young and upcoming businesses so that the informal economy can become a bit formal. We would want this business to go beyond, our small businesses.
Okay.
And that's where IEDF come in. They would actually want us to step out of the country. And so how do you get there? This small business that you have, it is being given a platform to be able to give it visibility by ensuring that we are not just dealing to people. Okay. What do you need to do so that you come out of that cocoon? You need to ensure that your business papers, it's, the formality of it is well done. How are your books? Are you just dealing, because you see, if you want your business to grow, then it means you have to have your tax compliant. You need to have your business records. You have to have bookkeeping, your balance sheet. And that's how now we come in and ensure that your business can be able to step out, to give it a formality, Then once we do that, IEDF comes up with one of the opportunities, they call it Met Global. Met Global is a conference that is created to give awards to the best businesses, the businesses that are upcoming. And in these awards, you're connected with people that are interested in your business, in innovation, in agriculture, in clothing and textile, in manufacturing, in energy. I know all of us would want our businesses to go out of Kenya. And sometimes we feel like here in Kenya, it's like we are not getting customers. It's like we are inhibited in some way. But probably if you just step out there and you're given a platform, then you can be able, your business can be visible. It can be seen. Yes.
Wonderful. That's amazing work, honestly. And on behalf of Africa and young people who are trying to venture into businesses and entrepreneurship, I would like to say, thank you for what you're doing. Just could you highlight some of the businesses you've worked with so far and guided through?
Last month we had an award ceremony, Kalasha, which was, it's some sort of an Oscar awards here in Kenya. And most of the people in creative economy were present. So all those people that are acting, they are singing, they are doing fashion, they have this platform to showcase. And within that platform, we were able to get businesses, buyers, opportunities for investment so that these people are given a platform to meet. Because if I'm just here in Kenya, I'm doing my, my small act here, a film here, and it doesn't get platform, it doesn't get exposure, then basically it will just remain here locally. But within Kalasha Awards, we were able to bring in buyers that were able to see some of the things that were presented, some of the films. Filmmaking industry in Kenya is huge. It is really huge. It's spending a lot of money. But most of these young people do not get a platform to be able to showcase. And through Kalasha, they got buyers. They got, even other industries. I was sharing with her earlier how one of my colleague who does clothing and textile was able to get a lady who does uniforms from South Africa, and now she's able to do uniforms for the guys in South Africa. Clothing and textile is one of the areas that South Africa is not really developed. Another area is the creative. Innovation in Kenya is really, really taking up very well. Agriculture, just to mention a few areas where exposure and visibility is being offered in IEDF.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that is amazing. Also, why, from your point of view, do you think that most businesses struggle so much when it comes to funding or just securing funding for their businesses? Yeah?
I think most, under IEDF, they have classified businesses in levels.
Okay.
So most of our businesses are in level 1. We are basically surviving. Have you paid rent? Have you paid your bills? Have you paid a little tax? We know how we do it, so that you're just surviving. So we would want to grow our businesses from this level of just survival to being sustainable, where you can be able to sustain your business. Your business can grow organically in a speed that is also pleasing to you and also pleasing to the GDP, But we wanted to get to a situation where that it is market ready, that now you can place your business in a market platform and you're not in fear. I'm sure most of us, when I started business, I used to worry that if I get a big order, what will happen? I don't have finances. I don't have money to, I don't have money to be able to supply what I need to supply. Meaning, I'm struggling. I'm not market ready. So IEDF is giving us an opportunity to be able to make you market ready. By being market ready means that your books are right, that you have that tax compliance, that if you're given an opportunity, for example, you're in Kalasha Awards, and this guy has seen your film and they're interested to give you an opportunity to curate your business to a bigger film or a movie.
Okay.
Or probably you are running a certain business and they want to come in. There are things that the investor will require to see. They want to see your books. They want to see how are your books? How is your balance sheet? How is your expenditure? So are you ready? Do you know what you need to present? Do you know? If you're doing pitching, are you ready for a pitch? I'm sure we've seen those pitches where people are given 5 minutes. And most of us probably, if we are given this opportunity, we'll just be shaking in our boots. But you need to be ready as a young person. You need to be sure that whatever you're presenting, if you have 5 minutes, if you have 10 minutes, you'll be able to give exactly what this investor needs to hear so that your business is visible and you can get now a platform to go and have a longer discussion about the business.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that you've mentioned most businesses are just surviving. Okay, yeah. What are some of the initiatives or what are some of the tips that you take to ensure that some of the businesses that secure funding, from you, does not end up fail after getting funding or they've gotten to...
What we are trying to do in IEDF is to come up with programs where we are taking up the young people, especially because the young people, people are complaining about Gen Zs, but Gen Zs are thinking outside the box. I'm sure the people who are here in front who are my age mates will agree with me. They're thinking out of the box. But even the older generation has something to give in that they can guide you. They can guide you on how to make your business ready. And that's where we come in. We ensure we can train you, we can guide you so that your business has what it needs to have. You get. If it is pitching, we'll take you through that pitching. I know you guys are very creative, but there is a way that the business wants to see your business. If it is the balance sheet, there's a way the investor wants to see the balance sheet. So we need to ensure that we take you through that so that your business can show the potentiality that it has. Because if you don't structure it well, you're likely to lose an opportunity just because, not because the business doesn't have potential, but because the business is not well curated. So some of those gaps is where we come in to ensure we give you the platform. And if you get this investor who is interested in your business, then what do you need to do? I was telling you earlier, like when I saw you when I was coming in, you're very welcoming, and I thought, this girl must be doing something here. That's what we want, that you're structured, that when the business is seen, this person is able to see, even if you're not where you want to be right now, that you have the potential, you have the structure, you have the everything ready to ensure that your business moves from point A to B, from level 1 of surviving to the investor ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I have beyond funding. Okay. I'm sorry. Beyond investors and just investment, what other funding opportunities exist? Okay, that you link up businesses to. Beyond investment, are there any other type of funding opportunities that you explore as well?
Opportunities are there.
Okay.
Opportunities are there, but one of the challenges that we've had previously is the investor is worried about the Gen Z or the young people. You might zama, you know, you might run with the money.
With the money, yeah.
So there are things that you have to ensure that you do. One of the things that the IEDF is doing is, first of all, to train you as a leader.
Okay.
Some of these things you cannot be able to just get them. You go through training as a leader, so that as you come in, you're a leader and you know what you want. The 17-course masterclass program is there to ensure that your mindset is changed.
Okay.
Your mindset is not where it has been, where you think your business is just good for Kenya. So that you start changing your mindset. When you change your mindset, it means that even if you're given $500,000, that's not where you want to be.
Okay.
There's much a bigger thing that you're looking forward to. So that when you're given 25,000 by the government, or 30,000, or 100,000 by the bank,
okay,
your first interest is not to buy a new shoe or to, just something that is not good for your business. That comes with a change of mindset. And that mindset, you can only be trained. And that's what IEDF is also doing, to train you so that instead of just looking at tomorrow, my mom used to say, "Apa tu kwa nose." You're just seeing at your nose. You are able to see far, and you're able to tell where you're going. With that, then you become far-sighted, and with that, you have a vision. And with that vision, you are well prepared. Yes.
That's wonderful. You've mentioned mindset. From what you are looking for as investors or someone that links businesses to investors, what kind of mindset would you advise business owners or co-founders looking to go into business or seeking funding to have? What kind of mindset just puts you on the map or takes you a step higher in that journey of sourcing for funding?
I think sometimes where we come from, there's this saying, I'm sure we all know it, that you can remove the village, a person from the village, but you cannot remove the village from them, right? I'm sure if most of us talk, you can be able to tell, we are Kenyans, we will be able to say, when we are Murima, when we are the lake, because the way you talk, the way you behave tells of where you come from. So to be able to do that, you need to look at your vision and be able to know, where do you want to go? Because your vision will determine your steps that you take today. So if your vision is just here, then you're going to just look here. But if your mindset is looking at a vision beyond Africa, then you'll be wanting to know, what is it that America needs today? What is it that Congo needs today? So that you plan by what they need and where you're going. When I started business, I do safety in my other business. I do safety, and one of the lessons that I learned, a painful lesson, is that I brought half a container of shoes, and I thought, this is what the market needs. And let me tell you, I tried to push the shoe. Nobody was buying the shoe. I tried to, you are even giving it at the cost price. Nobody is buying the shoe because you led the market. You didn't allow the market to lead you. So when you look at where you're going, if you want your business to go out of Africa or out of Kenya, You have to look at the different cultures and be able to know that culture does this, that culture does this, that culture does this, and you curate your product based on the culture that you're targeting. The other thing that we are doing in IEDF is basically large in Africa right now, and some of the problems that are faced in South Africa are not the problems that we are facing here. So what we do is that we tailor our solutions based on here. Then when you say you want to go to South Africa, there's someone in South Africa who will link you up with, who will be able to tailor your product based on South Africa, so that wherever you're going, your mind is aware, that is where I'm going. And because I'm going there, I need to get a solution for that area, for that region, for that culture.
Yeah.
Because sometimes cultures will clash. But if you curate, you tailor your solutions based on where you're going, then you're never going wrong.
Okay, that's really wonderful and eye-opener, really, to be honest, because most people just slip into businesses without fully knowing what it takes, okay? And that brings me to the next question. What is the vetting process like with your organization? How do you decide this is now a business we want to work with? This someone you're going to nurture to this level of funding? Yeah, what is the vetting process like?
Okay. IEDF once at the entry level, hapa kwa mlango, there is the leadership masterclass.
Okay.
Before we can even have a discussion with you, the 17 course, because we want to ensure that you're able to understand the mindset that you're going into.
Okay.
Because if you're too rigid, then you may have a challenge. If, for example, something comes up, you need to go to Namibia. Right now we have a conference in Namibia coming up. Probably will tell you, hey, I think Namibia, you need to work out something different. Through the course, you're able to understand the kind of environment that you're getting into. So that is just one of the, the entry level, just doing the masterclass, the leadership masterclass. I cannot emphasize that.
And everyone is open to do
Yes,
that.
everyone. It's on there. It's online. You just join. When you click on IEDF, I'll throw it. Once you join, the leadership masterclass is there at the gate waiting for you. Once you're done with that, then if you're interested, because by the time you do the 17 course, the 17 chapter course, you will have decided whether this is for you or whether this is not for you. Once you decide this is for you, then now we look at the businesses that you're in. These businesses are structured into sectors. So each and every sector has a head, each and every sector has an African head and a local head. So we have Kenyan heads and we have African heads, and then we have the global heads. So once here locally, we are able to see that your business is something that we can work with. Of course, I have mentioned about the bookkeeping, the pitching. Those are things that we'll just, we'll just work them through as we go on. Then now, the opportunities come up. The opportunities to, most of these conferences are done in other countries. It happened, that one for Kenya happened here last month. The other one will be happening in July in Durban. There's another one in Namibia. So these are opportunities that are there for pitching, for networking, for opportunities. Then you're ready to go. Once you get any connection with anyone, we are still there locally and with the African heads to ensure that there is that connectivity. If, for example, the buyer or the investor, there is something that they realize you don't have, then we come back and see how do we support you so that the next time that they are coming back to you, you already have it. So there is nothing that is impossible. No, it is about you and how your mindset works. Because you see, if I tell you, okay, I think you need to work on your finances, maybe on your expenditure, maybe on your pitching, provided you're not rigid and you're able to adjust some of those things, I don't think there is anything that should be difficult. I don't think. I don't think.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm also a big believer of if you put your mind to it, ideally it starts with the mindset.
Yes.
Yeah. If it does not start from the mind, you cannot achieve. You cannot do it because there's a first organ that needs to be convinced. Ideally.
Sure.
Also, if you could give every founder one lesson about money before they went into their businesses, or those already in their existing businesses, one lesson about money that will take their investments a notch higher, or where, how they market or sell their products, what will be?
This is going to be controversial. Love money. Love money enough. I know we'll say, oh, I want to change the world. Oh, I want to change. I want to make Africa better. It is all good. But if you, I'm not saying that you go outside your values. Have values. Be a person of integrity. But do you want it bad enough? Do you want it bad enough? Where you want to go, your vision. If you want to build GTC, how bad do you want it?
Okay.
If you want it bad enough, you're gonna have it.
Wonderful. And also, just as I remind them, I hope you're channeling your questions. And next question will be about pitching.
Okay.
I'm sure you sat in investment forums, where people come in pitching their ideas, hoping to come out with big funding. What is the most common mistake done with founders who come to seek funding?
Confidence.
Confidence.
Yes.
Okay.
Know what you want. Have it in your, for example, if you're willing to sell your business or to get equity, be clear in your mind. Know how low you can go, how high you can go. Because investors want it. The difference between the investor and you is that the investor wants it bad more than you do. Okay. So they are going to ensure that they get it, and you're gonna likely to lose if you're not clear on what you want. So if, for example, the investor tells you they want to get equity of 30%, for example, do you know for sure if you do that, whether it works for your business? Because there is a place that you can give your business too much, and then it doesn't make sense for you to be there. Maybe eventually they'll push you out. So know exactly how low you can go. Where are your boundaries? If it is whatever money you want, you may want the money, but eventually if they invest in you and then you have to lose, then it doesn't make sense. So know your boundaries. Have your numbers at your fingertip, and then get to know where you're going. What is it that you want to achieve? So that when you're targeting an investor, are they right for you? Do your research. Get to know if you're going to pitch. Probably, I know Martin is in financial services and Charles is in energy.
Correct.
So you're in financial services and then you go to Charles. You've not done your research. So you're going to the wrong person,
Yeah.
So you will go pitch something that is right, but not necessarily, correct, but not right. You get? Correct, but not right. Yes, he is a good business person, but are they good for you? So that when they are making the decision, they will be making the decision with you in mind. So ensure that whatever you want, you're going to the right person. You have done enough research of your business and how much you want and for what.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Also, I have another crucial question. Does every business require funding to be able to succeed?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. Sometimes you find that a business just needs a mindset change.
Okay.
Maybe it just needs a location change. It doesn't mean that every business needs money. Sometimes you just need to, a friend of mine tells me that sometimes they travel just to change the way they, once a year, they travel. They travel because you may be thinking you're stuck, but then it is just that where you're positioned today, your business needs you to be, but you're stuck here. So the things that you may need, that's why that structural checking on your business. We were talking with you earlier, and when I'm sure most of you are in IT, and one of the things that the challenging thing with IT people is that they're very good with coding. They are there by themselves coding, and they're happy, and it is all good because that is what they're good at. But then these are the aspects of the business that they need to get into. So you need someone to get you out of your comfort zone and to allow you to see these other aspects of the business. Yes, you're really good at coding, but are you marketing it enough? Are you marketing it to the right people? Or have you curated the business in the way that it ought to, you know? Because if, for example, I need an app for something and you do not understand it exactly how I need it, the product will be wrong. So this person does not need money. They don't need money. They just need somebody who can be able to look around out of the box and be able to guide this person. Yes.
Yes, that is really amazing. I don't know if there are questions coming in as we are concluding. Maybe a final question. It's a scenario. For example, you're in a room with funders. Two business owners have come to seek funding. One has a brilliant idea, but hasn't really necessarily tested the market yet. Does not have viable customers for their idea or their solution. And then another person comes to seek in funding. And they have a market. They have consumers, they have customers, viable customers that they've worked with over time. Which person or which founder is more likely to get out of that room with funding?
It depends with the industry. It depends with the industry. Of course, food, if you come with any business concerning food and selling anything to do with food, it will be up and going. But you see, sometimes these days you find, like in the innovation sector, the IT and AI and all these things that are coming up, sometimes you may not have the market there, but the business is viable. So it is hard to tell that the investor will take this versus this, because it all depends on the business idea and the solution that is available. Some businesses are still incubating. Some businesses, apps are still coming up. And probably, yes, it is not yet discovered, but it is what the market needs. So the investor you may have an idea that where you have the market, but they don't want something that is for everybody. Lamborghini is not for everybody. So that app is specifically for somebody, and probably that it's day for its visibility.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's such a great insight shared with us tonight. I have someone asking, for people in infrastructure or energy projects who need a big scope for project development, how can they benefit from your organization?
That's just exposure. What I've found in IEDF, you'll find that the spectrum is so wide that I don't think here I can stand and say that there is anybody who would come to IEDF and lack a way out, however big the project is. So, because once you are in a platform and a platform is global, you never know who is there. You never know. So don't lock yourself out because you think your idea is, mind-boggling. Solutions are out here, and people are the solutions.
Wonderful. Someone also is asking, explain the creative economy future and how to work with cooperatives.
Creative economy. I think maybe in Kenya we have not really grasped how big the creative economy is. It is such a huge untapped economy. But I think for me, at the end of the day, like I keep saying, it is about the platform and the opportunity. So provided you're able to get a platform where your ideas and the people with creative minds, sometimes you may look at something and wonder, sasa hii ni nini? But somebody with a creative mind, maybe utaleta hiyo idea kwa Charles, anaangalia hivi, anafikiria tu energy. But when that idea is in the hands of the right person, they are able to see the seed that you're planting, and there and then, through that platform, through that opportunity, you get your answer. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And one of the final questions, most young people are in between surviving for their day-to-day job or survival while working on their businesses. What advice do you have for them?
Don't let it die. I think for most of us, we started businesses that way. We were having our jobs, upper kando, we were hustling. You have to make a decision at some point, because I find like employment robs us of our creativity and our opportunities.
Okay.
Don't be scared to step out. I'm not saying just step out without a plan. But I know you will go through the struggles of, balancing, because your bills will still be there, looking at you, beckoning you. But that step of faith that you will take to be sure to take a risk and be able to, like what I said, the way you want it, how badly you want it, is what will take you from being employed to pursuing the dream that you have.
Correct.
Yes. So it's a balance, but at some point wisdom must apply, that you know when to step out and when, because once you get to a point whereby now you're not even concentrating on where you're employed, phone calls, then it's time. What are you doing? Don't be in that comfort zone, because already you can be able to tell that the business is demanding of you. And once it is demanding of you, if you deny it of the energy and the attention that it needs, then it's likely to die. So once it demands of your attention, give it that attention.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. And finally, the last one. Key components startup founder needs to focus on before asking for funding. Take that again. What are some of the key components a startup founder needs to focus on before asking for funding?
Don't lead the market. Let the market lead you.
Okay.
Let the market lead you. Be clear on your target market. Because once you have the target market, then everything else falls down to the things that you have to do. And don't just start a business. One of the things that a friend of mine keeps telling you is the way Kenyans, you'll find all of them with the boutiques there, all of them with hair there, salons there. Be unique. Be unique. Stand out.
Okay.
Don't just start a business because your friend started it and you think they are thriving. Be unique. Value addition is it. Value add. Whatever you're doing, value add. Yes.
Value addition. Wow. It has been lovely, Alice, honestly. It has been an eye-opening session, and I think some of the things you've touched on, you've given it a different perspective. That will be like a different point of view for our audience, and most of our business owners out there who are looking to gather some insight from these sessions, okay? Right. And just as we finalize, what is your parting shot?
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.